Welcome back to another quick hit review. It is Monday the 27th. Just an advisory that today we have a bank holiday in the UK and America, so the markets are going to be slow and could be a little bit unpredictable due to low liquidity, though typically on days like this when it's a trading week, for me, I've never seen a weird obscure spike, but just bear that in mind that there's not going to be a great deal of movement and there could be low liquidity. So quite a few pairs actually I'm giving you some insights into. So if we put a structure level on at our lows, you can see that we have come down and tested them, and what we did here is we had a move lower, a pullback, a move lower. You can look for a retest here of the lows. I would not play for any extension due to this structure level. The idea I had was on the 60 from the look of it. Here on the 240 there's nothing. Let's go to the 60. Okay, here on the 60, if you want to play for a retest of the lows, this is what I'm personally looking at. We have formed a very nice channel. Now this channel is bi-directional, and what that means is it's not a pattern, it's just a channel, and we can break out in either direction. However, if we're looking for a retest of the lows, then if I put a structure level on just here at this structure level, we've come up to test it. The RSI has gone overbought at 89, and right here we are putting an indecision candle. You can drop one time frame lower and look at what we have. We have a valid double top opportunity, and on that first test we have gone overbought at 88. With divergence, we've now come up and retested the highs. 1 second while I get short. Okay, I am now short based on coming into structure, the RSI, the double top, which was valid. I've gone 10 pips above the high, and if we go back to the 240, I'm playing for a retest of the lows minus a couple of pips. So in terms of risk, now looking at 15 for a reward of 47. What else do we have on the radar? Aussie dollar, USD. And again, the markets are quiet, guys, but if you have quite a range of strategies, there's quite a few things that you're able to pick up on. Obviously not all you can get involved with. If this is valid for you, there is a back pattern at market. I've tested situations like this, and these are valid for me. But what we also have is our structure high just here. Then we have a decent rally, and then just here we have a rising channel. And because of 1 second, may not be valid. I thought the wicks were covering that. Just let me drop down to the 15. Ignore it. We have violated structure. We did have a rising channel with bearish divergence, oversold on the first test, but we violated structure. So the trade, everything is right, but we violated structure. So that for me is invalid. Structure is key to my trading. There are better opportunities out there where structure is held. EuroCAD says daily. Okay, let's have a look at the daily. This is a beauty. We have a wedge pattern. Okay, this is looking for shorting opportunities. We draw this out first of all on the closes of the candles. On the closes of candles, first test can't go on the close of the candle, but look for a wedge to double top. That's a sign that we're starting to enter a channel. Multiple tests. I'm looking for the market to come up into this zone, in particular to the closes of the candles. So I am looking at the market coming higher, dropping down the time frames within these channels, double tops, double bottoms, head and shoulders. You can see we're consolidating right now after a bullish move, but I am expecting a move higher here. So can we drop down the time frames and look for a entry reason into a pattern? Now this is a valid high and tight flag because we've not hit targets. We've got a directional swing, a directional rally. This though was not the first test. This was 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. For me personally, I'm going to be waiting for this candle to close and be bullish, or even dropping down the time frames looking for a double bottom. See the RSI here, we went oversold. You could very easily wait here for this conservative entry with stops underneath and playing for a 127. What I would say is that we have a psychological number here. Now it has not occurred at the completion of the pattern, so I can still take it, but I may be cautious here and wait for this double bottom and tight stops at targets. Then you're going to be looking for a 127, so we throw a fib on. Let's just go to the 240 and take a look at this. That 127 though does come in above our structure level, but based on the dailies you can see it is only just above it. So maybe if you do get an entry here on a double bottom, maybe you just want to play for a retest of the highs here. Heck, you've still got a very good reward to risk even if you do that, 36 for 15. So I am going to be keeping an eye on that. I'm going to put a little star on my notepad as something to pay extra attention to. Euro New Zealand, we have a lovely low and tight flag. I'm not going to run into all the rules because this video will be too long, but we are in trend. We've got a swing, a directional move. It's actually on the 60. I was late to this morning, so I've just waited to get a better entry for the market to retrace. So we've got our trend line along the top, along the bottom, 4 touches. I've got involved here. Stop has gone 10 pips above the high, so 25 of risk. Playing for a 127 fib, minus 3 pips and a reward of 34. We then do have the Euro Aussie providing us with a 26.18 opportunity. Nope, it is another low and tight flag, so let's go down to the 15. So here we have a swing in the market. We've got a directional pole, and that's happened after we've had a 3-point move. I can only take these patterns in trend, and we throw out the structure levels like this. Just look what happened here. we got a little reaction from our structure level, minimum of 4 touches. I've got a limit order set here. I will be playing for that 127 extension. Swing low to swing high, throw the fib on. Stop an ATR or roughly 10 pips above the high here. Front running by 3 pips. If I do get an entry here with the limit order, it'll only be a 1-to-1 reward to risk. Euro Swissy, and again guys, these are just all opportunities that meet my rules. It doesn't mean I'm going to get entries on them, but I certainly am going to be keeping a close eye on them. So the only thing I can tell you here is that if I put a structure level on, currently it's looking like we're going to get a big 3-bar reversal, indication that we could go higher, and it came into this level of structure, but our lower structure level is here. So 240, you have an opportunity here to short the market, move lower, outside return, move lower, outside return. Was that a move lower? Yes, it was. Move lower, outside return, move lower. Anywhere in the outside return, I would look for a lower low, lower close candle. If you do drop down to the 60 though, we have double bottomed, so I cannot take a lower low, lower close on the 60 because we're double bottomed. It has to occur on the 240, and I would only be playing for a retest down here. I would wait for more confirmation like RSI, good risk to reward, maybe even a little double top or a 3-point move up here, something with a little bit more confirmation. New Zealand, New Zealand CAD, we have a flag. We've got a few more currency pairs to do. Okay, starting off from the dailies. On the dailies, structure level on at our structure lows. We have come into this level of resistance and a level here as well, so it's not surprising that we are seeing a bit of a bounce. We've got a lovely 3-bar reversal here, and on Monday, kind of the trading day yesterday, we had another higher high, higher close. All I'm noticing here is just bullish movements. Let's go to the 60, and this is what I'm loving, is that on the 60 we've got a very directional move. We've got this little double top which failed here, this little structure shelf. We violated it. Okay, just bear in mind we've come into this minor level of structure, but if you think that we can go a little higher here, and based on the dailies, that 3-bar reversal and those bullish moves, we certainly can do. Now this is a flag pattern where I would be taking 2 targets. So we've got a swing in the market just here. We've got our pole like this. We draw out the trend line on the closes of the candles. We duplicate it, move it down. We're looking for a minimum of 4 touches. 1, 2, 3. Looking for our 4th test down here. This is our outside return. Typically flag patterns turn within the wicks, so we highlight the wicks. I do need fib confluence, minimum 38.2, ideally 61.8. Just look at where the 61.8 fib comes into. Let's fatten this up a little bit. Okay, and so what I'm going to be looking for is the market to come and test this zone and provide me with a positive candle. That's a green candle. I will then be playing for a retest of the highs and then an extension. I haven't got that fib on the right place. Okay. So that's what I'll be doing on this currency pair. I'm just going to asterisk that. 2 left. Dollar CAD. Trend continuation opportunity. Let's go out to the dailies. Dollar CAD stopped me out for 40 pips last week based on 2 big daily breakout patterns and a head and shoulders. We had this big fake break here, and after I was stopped out it just rallied. 150 pips I think it was. 140. Fake break, so I am still looking bullish here. Let's go to the 60. Why have I got trend continuation opportunity? 1 second, just checking this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We shelved off. We could be putting in a higher high, higher close. Just looking at for a reason to get long. We have come into. Okay, we have come into 1 minor, minor, but no RSI confirmation, with effectively double bottomed here. Looking for a reason to get long. Where was the trend continuation on? Look at this, guys, look at this. 1, 2, 3 tests of this zone. What fib will come into? 50 RSI. No RSI confirmation, so we've got to wait for a break above, close above, if we're treating this as a flag pattern. And I would play for a retest of the highs, stops below this triple bottom just here, and then I would also play for that 127. Okay, I didn't spot that before. I'm going to wait for the 15-minute candle. Let me just go back. Sorry guys, I usually have all this wrote out beforehand. Okay, I need a break above this level on the 15, so I'm going to make a note of that, and I need to check this at 10 o'clock for an entry. It's a good thing about doing the review multiple times. And the last one, dollar yen trend continuation, if it is valid for you. What I am noticing is that we are coming back down for a retest within the wicks just here. This to me is trend continuation. We violated this level of structure. We saw a pullback. Where did we pull back to? At 38.2. That's a sign of trend continuation. When we see this kind of movement, I am looking for a continuation. 240. You can see we've got a little leg just here, which we'll see better on the 60. And here on the 60, this is how it's looking. Now I'm going to get rid of this structure level, so I'm looking at a move lower. We had this kind of consolidation area here. In fact, did we hit 127? Look at that, we have not hit a 127 for that pattern. We do have room here. The probability of this trade has just gone up for me. We're seeing a pullback. Where do we see that pullback to? Typically the middle of these channels. Let's go to the 15. We've already had a lower low, lower close. I'm gonna wait. No, wait. I want to make sure I've got an appropriate reward to risk. Have already had the confirmation. I'm just redrawing this out on the 15 so I can see it clearer. That would have been the breakout there, so stops above this level. Really, I only need to be 5 pips above there, so that's going to make 30, and we're looking for a retest down here. I've got an inverse reward to risk right now. Can I reduce down the stop? Let's drop to the 5. There's no double top. Okay. No double top. I'm going to wait for the market to come a little higher. Give me a positive reward to risk. Sorry guys, again, I usually do have these wrote out beforehand so I don't spend too long on these quick review videos. But even in slow markets, if you have a range of strategies and you know how to trade them, there's still lots and lots of opportunity out there. But bear in mind, slow markets, low liquidity today.